one of the biggest, most asked questions I get is like, what's your opinion about robots
Hmm.
and taking over jobs? I'm like, well, listen, it's happening. And whether it's robots or something in the past, like this is just the next evolution. But
Hmm.
I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But if you're if there's a company that is trying to replace a body with tech so that they don't need
Hmm.
that human, what's the argument to say that humans matter then?
Yeah. So there is a bunch of research around this, right? This makes me think of the Hackman and Oldham characteristics model from 1970, 1975. Ooh, it's been a long time since grad school. But essentially, what we know is that the characteristics of a job matter, right? And people want meaningful work. If you think back to some of the jobs humans used to do, they were losing fingers, they were fainting on factory floors. So I think if we do this right, the robot should be doing the jobs that are not really that fun for
Yeah.
humans
Yeah.
so that humans can do the fun work. But then we have to fill the gap of preparing humans to do that fun work. And a lot of times, I think the reason why people are afraid is because we haven't done the work of filling that gap to upskill people to really feel, confident in those new fun jobs.
Yes. Yes. This just happened recently with my husband's company where they used to have a huge amount of dollars in AR
Hmm.
and they reduced AR to the point where it kind of made that job disappear. And
Hmm.
she was really afraid, like, well, am I going to lose my job because I just worked for 2 years to reduce AR and now you don't need me
Hmm.
anymore. And part of what he did was create like, no, we're purposely, you don't need to be following up to customers. That's our mistake. We made a job because we had errors in our processes.
Hmm.
And you don't deserve to do this menial work. I want to clear this off your plate so that I can get you doing value added work. And I 100%, I love what you said because whenever I get asked the question about robots, I say, it's great. Humans shouldn't be
Hmm.
doing data entry. Humans shouldn't be doing certain things. And if we can elevate humans to work on more meaningful work, why is that a bad thing per se? But as long as
Yeah.
it's being replaced, like you said, and being guided and shepherded.
Yeah, there is a term I came up with, a Misha-ism,
I love it.
that I call the transportability of competencies, right?
Mm.
So every job has certain competencies that you use in order to be successful at that job. So, for example, for AR, it might be detail orientation. We are way too non-creative in our thinking about what people can do. What are the other jobs that require detail orientation that maybe that person could do? I was reading some recent research lately. I don't even remember where I saw it, where Starbucks realized that some of their most effective store managers were people who were teachers because they knew how to deal with people, transportability of competencies, right? Or in World War II, industrial organizational psychologists found out that the best pilots were people who built model planes as kids, transportability of competencies. We need to go back to that and think about, okay, so not necessarily the technical skills that they were doing in that job, but the capabilities that made them good at that particular task. Which other things do we need done that could be applicable for? And
Mm.
that way people could have lovely, long, meaningful careers where they get to do a bunch of different things because we get bored.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was just reading a statistic that 1 in 3 people cite boredom as the main reason they leave their job. I was just
Right?
reading that this morning.
See,
So, and that's a lot. 1 in 3. That's a lot.
that is a lot.
Yeah, boredom is a real thing.